Up next on Eco Company,
students take matters into their own hands.
One day Adam just came in and said, hey, let's go get solar panels, and I don't know, I just hopped on board.
These teens got solar panels for their school, and now we're helping schools go solar everywhere.
And taking water off the menu.
As soon as my family and I sat down, the waiters just brought us these huge glasses of water. You know, that's such a waste.
Meet one high school student on a mission to get restaurants in her town to conserve H2O.
Plus, getting plugged in.
I think it's really great to use electricity instead of gas. It's cheaper and better for the environment.
We catch a ride with the founder of the Green Youth Movement to find out what's her driving inspiration.
Then, meet the teens behind the green screen.
Being on the green screen has definitely been one of the most enriching things I've ever done.
They produce a TV show bringing eco news to their community. All that and more coming up
on Eco Company. Thanks for tuning in to Eco Company. I'm Adam.
And I'm Jordan. And today we have teens taking matters into their own hands.
Yep, they've set some major goals for achievement.
So first up, has your school set up solar panels yet?
If not, it could, thanks to Students for Solar Schools.
It's a group founded by a teen in Southern California.
Jessica's catching up with him on his school campus.
Hey there, I'm on the campus of Westlake High School. This is home base for a group called Students for Solar Schools, an organization run entirely by teens. And they're thinking big when it comes to getting solar panels on schools, not just here, but everywhere. Getting our power from the sun. It's not just an idea to this group of high schoolers, it's a bright reality.
Would you guys like to move on to the Earth Solar Project?
Meet the teens behind Students for Solar Schools.
All right, are there any questions?
It's a group founded by Adam Rodanis, a high school student and California climate champion.
Students for Solar Schools is a nationwide network of schools that are working together to put solar panels on their high schools.
Rodanis got SSS off the ground at Westlake High School, where he was a member of the class of 2010. Fellow classmate Michelle Carney had a big hand in it too. What was it like getting this started? I mean, I heard that you were one of the co-founders?
Yeah, I actually started up the Westlake High School Earth Club as well, and one day Adam just came in and said, hey, let's go get solar panels, and I don't know, I just hopped on board, and 2 years later we have like 18 branches worldwide and a huge solar panel array, and it's just been great.
She's talking about these, their crown jewel, a 6.3 kilowatt system that powers 5 classrooms, but it wasn't easy getting there. It took a year and a half to bring the city, district, and school together to make it happen.
It was definitely the most challenging thing I've ever done in my life. It took a lot of perseverance. We definitely had some hard times when we thought it might not ever happen, but finally it did, and it's great to see it here generating power.
The idea behind SSS is that the school districts pay nothing. Students fundraise to pay for the systems and get donations or discounts from businesses. How did you feel when you finally saw this up here? I mean, all your hard work had paid off.
It felt amazing to finally see the panels up. It took about 2 days to install, so me and some of my friends who were in the club ditched class to watch the panels being installed, and that's definitely one of my happiest memories second semester senior year.
There were smiles all around at the unveiling, and a crowd turned out to see Westlake's newest addition.
It really is a genuine student-run project, and that's what I'm most proud of too.
We had a chance to sit down with some of the SSS team.
So what made you guys decide to join SSS?
Well, I know for me, I really care about the environment, and we're so lucky to live in Southern California where the sun's shining like 360 days a year, that why not go solar? It'd be a great way for a school to help the environment.
It's really a good way for us to share ideas and come together and be able to work on the same common goal of solar panels on schools.
There's really not often that we get to have a chance to really change something in the world, to really make a difference and to leave a lasting impact and make the world a better place than we left it.
Pam Chang means that literally. This Oak Park high schooler is showing us her old elementary school. It didn't have all this when she left.
And it's just great to see how much this garden has grown. I mean, when I was here, it's just 3 plots with some sparse plants, but now you can see it's quite filled. It's like this little jungle.
and it sure didn't have these. What else is special about this greenhouse?
Well, the most unique thing about the greenhouse is that it's almost completely solar powered. We have solar panels on the roof behind it. It's a 2.8 kilowatt system, 12 solar panels that completely cover the electrical needs of the greenhouse so that it's really, a greenhouse.
Chang helped get the panels installed. They power the heater, fan, and sprinkler system that are needed to keep the plants happy.
My goal right now is to make everyone realize that solar panels are the present. They are the option that we should have to save our planet.
How does it feel to come back and see this installed and know that you were part of the process?
It makes me very inspired to be able to know that I left something at my own elementary school that thousands of kids will be able to experience when they go through the school.
It can also be used to educate kids about renewable energy. Over at Westlake, there are plans for that too.
We will be setting up monitoring systems and stuff so students can view it in their science classes and learn from that too, because informed people make informed decisions.
And these guys say decisions are what it's all about.
We're going to be the generation to make the biggest change, and I think that, it starts with us.
Everyone tells you, oh, you're just a kid, what can you do? But I think that if you really work hard and if you're really determined, you can see that there are times when kids can accomplish more than adults, that when we get together, you really can do something that would make a real change in the world.
So how can you make a real change? Rodonis has some advice.
I would tell other students to just find what they're passionate about and take that to the fullest extent possible. I wasn't really sure that we actually could put solar panels on Westlake High School. It was a really big goal, but we went for it, and just by keep working at it, you can achieve your goals.
Here's another student who set a big goal, and it required help from her town council.
She's a member of her school's environmental club, but she decided to green up more than her high school campus.
She's greening up the local restaurants, one glass of water at a time.
So how many times do you get served water when you sit down at a restaurant, but don't end up drinking it? Probably all the time. And it's something that caught the attention of California high school student Dana Wilkie.
I was sitting at a restaurant, and as soon as my family and I sat down, the waiters just brought us these huge glasses of water. And I was like, that's such a waste. Why do they have to bring that? I didn't want it,
Wilkie is behind a new campaign in the town of Danville, California called Just Say Water. The idea is to get restaurants to stop pouring it unless you ask for it.
Water is definitely not an unlimited resource. We will eventually run out of it, even though everyone's like, oh, the ocean's huge. But I mean, we don't have as much fresh water and drinkable water as we need.
To get the program off the ground, the 18-year-old joined forces with Sustainable Danville and lobbied her town council for permission to use the town logo and tabletop signs. Newell Arnerick and Robert Storer say their response was a no-brainer.
When she made the presentation, we all looked at each other and said, we could do this.
So we thought, well, this sounds like a good idea. She says, it's a good idea, I'll take care of it. And really all she asked from us as the town is to give her the support.
It's something Sustainable Danville founder Cynthia Rusi was excited to be part of as well.
On her own, she calculated that if we got half the restaurants in Danville to stop serving water to patrons who didn't want it, we could save almost 700 gallons a month.
This restaurant already serves water in glass bottles, but manager Jenny True says now they won't bring them to the table right away.
Because most of the time, water does go unused, and half of a jug is poured out. If you add all of that up, and then the washing of the unused glasses, it really does add up at the end of the day. And this seemed like a great idea. Hopefully, in the long run, we can end up saving a lot of water and give back to the community at the same time.
It's something Dana is counting on.
Who knows? Maybe she'll come back. You'll be the mayor of Danville. You only have to be 18 years old, so.
My birthday was last week.
There you go.
Back on her high school campus, Dana's already in public service. She's vice president of her school's environmental and engineering club, E2. Brian Riley is club president.
So traditionally, E2 takes care of the recycling of bottles and cans and glass at Sandra Mound.
Paige Chittenden and Jackie Lang help organize the weekly roundup.
Every Tuesday we have kids who have signed up prior at our school meetings.
So Andrea, you want A and B?
They come, we designate halls to them.
A pair of gloves is a must for this job.
Yeah, it can be gross and dirty. And
it's smelly and you have to wear gloves and hold your breath sometimes.
But it's all for a good cause, because the money they earn from recycling pays for their other projects.
It was great. We went to the to the recycling plant last week, and we made $107, and so that went towards working on the garden.
That brings us out here. Brandon Steele helped design these beds, filled with veggies.
We have onions here on the end. We have 2 types of lettuce here in the middle, and then over here we have Brussels sprouts going and a little bit of red-headed lettuce.
During colder winter months, they'll cover the beds with these to keep the chill away.
We think it's a good example for people to work in a environmentally friendly manner and maybe grow some of their own food at home.
These young people are really hardworking and very much willing to take an initiative and take a stand to make a difference.
Teacher Cindy Egan helps advise the club.
Dana's project, totally her idea. The gardens was something that the kids took on completely by themselves. We really didn't do very much at all, and that's what's really exciting.
So from gardening and recycling to starting a campaign to save water, these guys aren't waiting on the sidelines to do something to help the environment.
It feels good to once a week go out and do something that helps and make our school more sustainable.
Coming up,
catching a ride with an inspirational teen.
People are always asking, oh, where can I get one of those? And we always tell them.
She's the founder of the Green Youth Movement, and we find out where she gets her drive.
Then, quiet on the set.
Countdown. 5, 4.
Meet the crew behind the green screen, a TV show run entirely by teens. More Eco Company is straight ahead.
Okay, so are you ready for a ride in an electric car?
Jessica's fastened her seatbelt to catch up with the founder of the Green Youth Movement.
She's a teen on the road to sustainability.
This isn't what you normally see headed down your average street. That is, unless you live near Maize, the driver behind this wheel.
People are always asking, oh, where can I get one of those? And we always tell them.
Allie's the founder of the Green Youth Movement, an organization she started when she was just 15.
The main goal of GYM is to promote green education within elementary and middle schools, and my main target is this age group because I think that if they learn the sustainable practices they should live by at a young age, it will stick with them in their future.
From planting gardens at elementary schools and promoting recycling programs, to hosting an eco-friendly fashion show at LA's Fashion Week, and campaigning for safer cosmetics like Lips Against Lead. GYM is on it when it comes to spreading the word about living a cleaner, greener, healthier lifestyle. And that also means driving one of these. You have a hybrid and you drive an electric car. Why do all this?
Well, I think that the oil crisis is one of the major problems that faces our country and our world, and we're running out of oil, and we're going to have to come to the realization that we have to use alternate energy sources. So I think it's really great to use electricity instead of gas. It's 1, cheaper, and 2, better for the environment. I'm not releasing any fumes or anything from my engine when I'm driving, so I think it's really important to do that.
That's exactly what she told her parents too, when it came time to get her driver's license.
She said, well, whatever car that I'm driving, it has to be a hybrid. And I turned around and I said, why? What does it matter? And she said, well, I just saw the movie Inconvenient Truth at school, and it really did something to me, and I really want to do something good for the environment. And I was like, who is this kid? I mean, she had never mentioned the word green or global warming or trying to do something, for the environment before.
They were surprised at first. I've always been a little, off the walls and just doing my own random things, but
They were very supportive. They took everything I threw at them very well, and they changed with me.
Well, I think the first thing she did was change the plastic bags. A big pet peeve of hers was people taking the plastic bags from grocery stores, so those went. From that, we went to changing out the light bulbs. She had us use shower timers, so we would cut back our showers.
Let's talk about Allie's backyard.
This is the sustainable garden that we planted in our house. We have peppers, we have different kinds of lettuce that we use in salads. Here you can see little strawberries growing.
Allie says knowing where your food comes from and how it's grown is what it's all about.
One of my favorite things to do is to actually go to schools and plant with the kids and to teach them how to grow their own fruits and vegetables and to harvest them and eat them so they don't have to deal with pesticides or they don't know where their food's coming from. They actually plant it and they see it grow and they eat it, and it's kind of like a nice thing to teach them about sustainability.
It's all part of Jim's mission to inspire others to make changes too, to protect the planet's future.
It's not in the future, it used to be in the future, but it's actually like we have to do something about it right now or the whole world is going to change.
Coming up, meet the teens behind the green screen.
More Eco Company is still ahead.
What do you get when you cross young budding broadcasters and eco-activists?
An environmental TV show run by students, and Brendan's visiting the set.
Hey guys, we're behind the scenes of the green screen, and you'll never guess who's running the show. I think they're about ready to roll. Let's see what's happening. They've got their own studio, cameras to run, and even a control booth to man. Meet the members of the green screen, bringing stories about living green to their viewers.
Green Screen is an environmental awareness TV show. We educate teens around the Bay Area about the various environmental issues and what they can do to help solve them.
All of our crew are middle school through high school students, ranging from like 6th grade all the way up until 19 and they graduate.
Every month, these guys put together a half-hour TV show that airs on area TV stations.
We'll have a theme one month, we'll have a theme another month, we'll do our action of the month, which is usually relevant to the theme.
Joaquin Navis is a graduating senior who's filled every shoe here.
We do a whole bunch of skits, intros, we go out and we cut segments and we put them into the show. We go out into the field and we edit all those and we put them together into one awesome show.
Today, Joaquin's manning a camera for an on-set interview with a couple of young eco-activists. But he's not just a camera guy.
Oh yeah!
Oh look, it's a storm drain.
He's also the waste hunter. It's one of the skits they produce to get viewers to think about what's going into storm drains.
Once again, although glass is recyclable, it's not meant for the storm drain.
And these are just one way. The green screen is giving viewers the scoop on how to live more sustainably.
The environment to me is an important thing. I mean, it should be to everyone.
These guys are also hitting the pavement to cover environmental stories, both on land and on the water.
We've studied a lot of marine biology, how important that is, and certain qualities about it we never knew of.
They've even nabbed some interviews with environmental pioneers, something Adam Sherman is still talking about.
We are here at the Goldman Environmental Awards, basically the equivalent to the Academy Awards. And man, is it crowded right now.
Basically what the Goldmans is about is that they honor 6 people from all corners of the habitable world, and they honor them for their service. And we interviewed 3 of the 6 recipients, and that was probably one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had, because you were there interviewing the top environmental activists in the world. So that I will not forget. Green screen out.
So how'd the green screen get its start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go.
Are you comfortable with that?
With the help from Lana Husser of the nonprofit environmental education group Earth Team.
And I said, well, you know what? This would be real fun. Let's do a teenage television show.
The original idea was to feature Earth Team youth out in the field to show other teens what they were doing.
For the teens to get the environmental education. That's our main goal, is for them to understand that we need them to be the environmental leaders, to be really taking control of this planet that they're going to be running in the very near future, in charge of cleaning up the mess.
One of those teens, Tyler Jolly, started here when he was just 11.
It's an amazing experience and feeling, just being out there and knowing that you have a voice when a lot of people don't really have that voice. Or they do, but they don't know where to show it. We have it on our show, we have it on the website, we have an entire blog and a newsletter that we have on our website where students can go in and post their voices, their questions, their poetry, anything they want to say about the environment. Even that small little thing that we can do can help all these different people.
Being on the green screen has definitely been one of the most enriching things I've ever done.
So what do you think these kids are getting out of this?
I think they're getting memories that are going to last them for a lifetime, to the point that they will be the environmental leaders of the future, and they're going to help us save our planet.
Something this green screen crew can handle.
Well, that wraps up another episode of Eco Company. Thanks for watching.
For more information about the stories in our show, or to send us feedback, check out our website at eco-company.tv.
Or check out our Facebook page. We'll see you next time
on Eco Company.